a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. In your view, does the Second Amendment bestow individual rights or the rights of the militia?
It's an individual right. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And here's the other point that I make. Not just are these laws that they often propose for gun control, not only do these laws violate the Constitution, they actually don't work. If you look in this country at the jurisdictions and across the land with some of the strictest gun laws, they also happen to have, some of them happen to have the worst gun violence. And one of the reasons is because criminals don't care what the law is. By definition, they violate the law. That's why they're a criminal. And so you can if you pass a gun law that says you cannot do this, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm going to follow the law. But a criminal is not. So gun laws almost guarantee that criminals will have guns, but law-abiding people will not. If you look at some of the recent and horrifying tragedies that have been in the news, this state has been impacted by it, and other places as well. Some of these laws that they propose, that they spend all their time talking about, would have done nothing to prevent them. I think we need to start spending more time talking about why are people committing acts of violence, not what they're using to commit it. There was a horrifying instance in California 2 weeks ago. One of the young men who carried out that heroic act in Paris and saved lives on that train was almost stabbed to death in a bar fight afterwards. I don't hear anybody calling for knife control. And the reason is we spend all this time talking about the instrument being used and not what's behind it. And what's behind it is a combination of things. One is a mental health issue in this country that needs to be confronted. And the other is a cultural culture that somehow is leading to violence. And it goes back to the basic point that I've made repeatedly. There is no more important organization in society than the family and the community. And if that breaks down, the country... In this nation, we are facing the consequences of mental illness, but we're also facing the consequences of the degradation of the American family and of the institutions that support the American family and instilling values like hard work, self-respect, respect for others, common decency. These are values that no one is born with. No one is born with values. They have to be taught to you, and they have to be reinforced. And if you undermine the family and the institutions that teach and reinforce those values, you're going to have a country that suffers for it.